I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing a session for clients. I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, please visit my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, thank you so much for exploring a session. I'm so excited to connect with you. Thank you for sharing with us here on YouTube as well. Okay, so I'm going to read your goals out loud and get started. You say, I had a session with you almost 3 years ago now with the intention to connect with my higher self. And what a wonderful journey it has been since. For this session, I would like to reconnect with you with the intention of further guiding this process, which for me has been a lot like peeling an onion. There's always more. I can feel substantial energy moving daily with pressure remaining and building in my 6th and 7th centers. Any insights? I'm happy to share on YouTube in case it also speaks to anyone else. Awesome! It's really great to connect with you again. And thank you also again for sharing. There's so much we can learn from each other. I definitely agree there's always more. And so for the rest of your life, it's going to be like peeling onions. But there's so much that you can be proud of and look back on and say, my gosh, look at the person I am. All this hard work, it adds up. And you definitely can see the progress. Okay. I'm kind of already getting into the zone here. And believe it or not, I feel a lot of energy in my heart. Okay. All right, but we're gonna put it out there for the third eye and the crown chakra. Okay. Just a second. Definite heart energy going on here. Ah, that's better. That was so quick and easy. Very comfortable, very breathable now. I'm climbing a ladder. And I feel like there's no end in sight, but I am climbing the ladder and suddenly I reach a plateau. And on the plateau, there's a lot of red lighting, okay? And I'm kind of looking around. It's a very narrow pathway that goes around the inside of a cave. And the pathway is maybe 2 feet wide at best. And it goes literally around, so there's this big opening in the center of what is literally red rock, and we're in an underground space that's kind of the shape of an egg. And you say, I want to go from here to there, but I can't just walk across. I have to go all the way around, and it looks like there's some dangerous parts. I say, let's just stand still for a minute. Let's not look ahead. Let's not look in any specific direction, because what if you think you want to go over there, but that's not actually where you're guided to be? And so you're putting your energy into a future event, and just bring the energy back into yourself and let your guides reveal where you're guided to be next, okay? You're like, ooh, but I want to be there. Say, I totally get it. I have a feeling I want to be there too. All right, let's close our eyes for a moment. You say, okay. And interestingly enough, we're guided to your crown chakra. You know, it's very ultra interesting, because I feel this heart congestion. And now we're in this deep space, which is really reflective of the root chakra. And now we're climbing up a ladder, no end in sight, and then we find this plateau all of a sudden, and we have to work our way around to get to where we want to go. And there's all this in the way, and it all has to do with root chakra. And then as we close our eyes and not worry about where we're going, not really pinpoint where it has to be, and we close our eyes and suddenly we appear in the crown chakra. Boy, we're traveling far, aren't we? I see that we're in a kitchen, and there's a frying pan, and the frying pan has like over easy eggs. And somehow, I'm not sure how, they're like Mexican jumping beans, but the eggs are like tossing themselves out of the frying pan, and they kind of look like pancakes on the bottom, and they even have that texture. They just keep popping out of the frying pan. There's literally nothing on it, and then suddenly an over easy egg just pops out, and there's like 3 of them that look like pancakes, and then it's still, and then it happens again. And there's no real movement, like we're trying to toss anything in the air. And I started to see your crown chakras, like it's almost like making me cross-eyed, and then it goes around and around in a loop-de-loop, like a roller coaster. Like it's got these loop-de-loops that go horizontally in a direction, forward and backward. But also this kitchen is wrapped around a loop-de-loop, so it looks really distorted in here. Okay. Doesn't know how to it doesn't know, it says I don't know how to correct the image. Again, I say it's part of a riddle. It's kind of like in the route where we wanted to be over there, and then I told you to close your eyes and let your guides guide you to where you're meant to be next. This is like one of those riddles. And this already is this is already the perfect image. It already is the perfect image. There's nothing to correct here. So we have to say it and believe in it like this, okay, for it to unravel itself. It's one of those riddles. And so we're gonna live in this weird, I mean, it's like living, literally take a picture and then start, I guess, rolling it up. And then try to maybe look down the hole and read what's on the inside of the magazine. Like it's all scrunched, it's divided, it's spliced together incorrectly. All, like, let's say you have a chair and then there's a kitchen, there's a table, and everything is mixed matched. Like everything, it's like a collage of mixed matched. Everything about a kitchen and a dining room, okay? And you kind of slam your fists down and you say, I can't work with this. Still figuring this out. There's like a pink spherical ball in the center that's appearing here. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me feel like it's pointing fingers. It's rude. It doesn't even fit into the scene. I mean, this stuff looks like it's made out of paper, magazine cutouts. This thing is like a stress ball. But it represents like a round squishy nose. That's pink. And you say it again, you slam your hands down and say, I can't work with this. All right, we're gonna have to get jacked up for a little bit. Basically, if this is made out of magazine cutout papers, we're gonna have to get dirty, okay? But what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to get hurt. So we're just gonna start rolling around in here and letting all these papers give us paper cuts. And we're just gonna keep rolling around like we're lying down and we're rolling down a hill, but we're just gonna keep rolling around in this weird, this spring, this spiral of energy. Like we're gonna keep rolling around it. We're not gonna worry about the weird pink nose in the center. We're just gonna keep rolling around it because it's starting to look kind of like an upside down cone shape is also what it's looking like with this nose thing in this. It's at the very tip, okay, on the inside. And it doesn't work. I mean, we're trying to get hurt, we're trying to get messed up here, but it just, everything starts to become smooth. I'm going to turn it all into trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of particles of dust. Okay, now we're starting to see something. It's a weird looking dog. It also looks like an alligator at the same time. And it's really on guard, and it's really, I'm going to turn it to trillions of particles as well. I start to notice, man, your crown is so jammed up with junk. Like, there's a man with a top hat and a cane, and it's like a putting on the Ritz type scenario. He's old school looking. I turn him into trillions of particles, and I have these, like, this massive dust cloud, okay? And it's full of dense energy. The more I turn the next thing into particles, the more I feel weird energy shifts in the heart and weird energy shifts in the root. It's happening in the throat because it's changing the breathability, okay? It's actually creating relief. And a part of you is all disorganized in your face, in your body. It's like the left arm's on the right side, the right arm's upside down and a leg is on your head, and it just, you're mixed matched everywhere. And you're frustrated and angry with the situation with your crown. And I say, am I supposed to turn you into a trillion particles? That's what I'm doing, so I'm gonna have to turn you into a trillion particles. And I do. And suddenly you start crying. And you say, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. And I say, why is your emotional gut in your crown chakra? I am gonna bag up all this energy. I mean, it's like I'm raking fall leaves and putting them into bags, and it's just like this never-ending process of leaves. And I have like 10 bags, and I have 20 bags, like they never end, it never stops. There's no end in sight. Okay, let me go into your third eye, okay? Oh my gosh. Again, heart is playing a role here with this. Because the first thing I feel is the heart, and your third eye is completely jammed. And it doesn't want to let anybody in. It has a security pass, doors that are bulletproof. Like, it doesn't want to let anybody in. And like, man, this is pretty impressive, but you're gonna have to shut this whole system down to get to the next level of your growth and development, because you're gonna have to let in beings of light. I mean, you can let in beings of light. You don't need all this security stuff. You can just let them in. All right, I'm gonna put a being of light, okay, right here by your third eye weird door. I'm gonna put very soft. I was gonna put a very, like a specific angel, but I'm gonna put a swan, okay? And it represents the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I'm gonna put this swan light, balance, divine feminine, divine masculine, right in front of your third eye. And there's this nasty, ugly monster that like sticks its head out. It looks kind of like a lizard with it has like a mane, like a lion, but it's lizard skin around its head, and it's like a bluish purple, okay? And it's made out of a goo, and it kind of barfs in our face. And it's really, really angry, and it's starting to run around like a madman in the third eye, around the head, like it's all over the place. I just snap my fingers and turn into 1,000,000,000,000 particles. And I put it in with the other bags, okay? And I see we're going to send these bags of trillions of particles into the sun. And it's going to be supported, loved, nurtured back into a new transformation to something new. And that's where it's going to happen, okay? So it's already being put into the sun. It's, oh man, it makes me sad in here. Again, why is your emotional gut is so loud in your crown and in your third eye? It's desecrated. It's skins. It's blood. It all represents blood, but it's like a gooey, dark blue, purple color, okay? Everywhere. And I see that there's something beneath the third eye that's also part of the third eye that's being blocked out. So you have a third eye and then you have also third eye, but we need to get this balanced here. Another not nice energy face here. I just turn into 1,000,000,000,000 particles. Like, we're just going to get right on down to business. If we don't want it, 1,000,000,000,000 particles. We got to just clear out as much junk as we can, okay? Sending it to the sun. Feels a lot better on the heart. You say you hate that part of your third eye. You want it out. You want to get rid of it. It kind of represents an unlucky penny. And I do see this part of your third eye has kind of gone twisted a bit, like it's full of negative energy. And you can't pinch it off, like you can't squeeze it out of your third eye. It's part of your third eye. It's not been given the opportunity to transmute itself anywhere, so it just collects more and more of this imbalance, okay? It's just like a drip place for the imbalance to go into this little drip pocket. That way your third eye is supposed to maintain a balance of cleanliness and balance, but it's putting its imbalance into itself in a little bit of a drip pocket. So it's not actually balanced at all anywhere in here. It's the first time I've ever seen this. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of vulnerability and allowing that drip pocket to be absorbed into the third eye, but I say you have no choice. You have to bring yourself back together as a whole. And oh man, it's full of like a black cloud, and it's like swarms of wasps, swarms of gnats, swarms of anything that just, nobody wants to walk into that swarm. Nobody. Swarms of mosquitoes. Swarms of toxic, stinky smells. Anything that's I don't want to walk into that swarm of ... is what this represents. I'm still trying to, all right, I'll just turn it into 1,000,000,000,000 particles. There's so much screaming happening now. And I say everything that has become 1,000,000,000,000 particles has been sent to a place of pure light, unconditional love, and support. And nothing is being tortured, nothing is being drained, nothing is being mutilated. It's all being nurtured. And there's a really noticeable face that represents like the fine arts, like the happy mask, sad mask. And so it represents, it looks like that, happy, sad mask. And it's in your third eye. And it doesn't know how to emotionally digest all this that has been going on here, okay? And I take a part of the light in your heart, because your heart's really wanting to help your third eye and crown heal, because it's also carrying some of the weight. And I place a particle of light into its third eye in the mask. And I say this light will help you understand. And that light starts to generate a circulation that is actually cleansing and purifying your third eye and releasing density, okay? And I take another particle of light from your heart, which is giving it so much relief, and I'm placing it into your crown chakra. And I'm letting it circulate here too. And this light is everything you need to know in order to help heal these two chakras. Help loosen them up, help them to breathe, inhale and exhale, help them to be full of light, your soul energy, your balance, with divine masculine, divine feminine, softness, purity, and to let go what is not serving your purpose. Just turn into a trillion particles and then just visualize it in the sun, being nurtured and tended to by many angels and Ra, the sun god, and all the love of all, okay? And it's warm and nurturing there and bright. And that will give you more relief and more breathability. Thank you so much for this experience. That was really fun, really different. That is going to give you a totally new vibe. Go you for all of your hard work. And really exciting to hear how you're doing after 3 years to get to support you again. This is another big new step. Thank you again for sharing. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.